Hello, everyone. Welcome to the last technology refresh. It's a sad day. It's a happy day. Mostly sad. Talk about technology. That's what we're going to do for the last time ever in our lives.
Probably not the last time in our lives.
No, in our lives. I'm refraining from ever doing it ever again. But I am Kyle, nonetheless.
And I'm Justin.
I'm Devin.
And I'm Devin.
Two Devins. You guys, we should have planned this beforehand about your lower thirds. Because you and Justin have green, and that doesn't make any sense. We should have had Devin have the green. Wait, do you have green, though? What is your color? Or do you know?
I'm not sure.
We'll eventually see it.
Oh,
That's all right. But
Regardless.
let's start talking about some technology.
So, how's everyone been?
It's been years. It's been decades since I've seen you all.
I know. I don't think I've been on a live chat in probably close to a year.
February. So
February.
Was he even in that show, though?
that's very likely he could have not been.
No, I missed the last few.
Yeah, that was when we got all dressed up and fancy.
Nope, wasn't there for that one, unfortunately.
Yeah, we were in tuxes.
It wasn't quite.
No.
So anyway, what are we going to talk about today, Kyle?
Well, let's start with some Moto 360 news, because there's never enough of that. The Moto 360 was leaked once again from an Italian news site. Basically, it's the most in-depth look at the smartwatch to date. Learned that it actually does, in fact, have wireless charging, that it has a heart rate monitor, that it can go underwater. It's like, I can't remember the, actually, whatever. It's a good one. It could go under like 3 meters. Yes, take that underwater. I don't know why anyone really cares about that besides just like washing your hands with a watch.
I think it's cool.
What kind of,
I mean, if it's gonna be expensive. So I mean, if you're out in the rain or like you drop it or I don't know, you not take it off when you wash your hands or have to really worry about it. It's whatever.
I think like in the rain or washing your hands is that makes sense. I think making it to where like you can go scuba diving in it and be okay. A little overboard, but I mean the more waterproof it is, the more watertight the better. So it's
what kind of wireless charging does it have?
it's a Qi wireless charger, so your Nexus chargers and
Good.
Samsung, all that good stuff.
Because I believe that the Samsung Gear, like, it charges through pogo pins, and a lot of people were having a problem with the pogo pins rusting.
That was not the Gear. That was the
That's
LG watch.
The LG watch.
And you know how they decided that they were going to fix it?
How?
A software update.
It'll make that rust go right away.
Right away, just come right off. Run that software patch, boom, gone.
That reminds me of like that thing where they said that you could download that update to the iPhone to make it waterproof.
Oh man, that was great.
Charging the microwave?
Or the people all the time with like, oh yeah, you can smell this, and oh yeah, lick the screen, you can totally taste it.
Or you can charge your phone by putting it in the microwave.
If there's someone who actually believed that,
There were a lot of people that did.
it is ridiculous. Apple should replace it.
So we're here to tell you, please do not put your phone in the microwave. It will not charge.
While we're talking about Apple, we can talk about that sweet sapphire screen, which isn't actually 100% sapphire, but still pretty cool.
But that
Yeah,
means,
it's still a lot stronger than Gorilla Glass for sure.
Yeah.
and it's probably super fragile.
No.
No, it's not. Are you serious?
I mean, Gorilla
You
Glass is
gotta
fragile.
watch that video. Because
Dude,
like,
this guy, or Marquise Brownlee, totally just stabbed it, put it under his tennis shoes, pulled up on it, tried to break it. Yeah, this thing wasn't having it. But he,
I feel like you could drop this as many times as you wanted, and it's just not going to crack.
yeah.
We'll see about that.
But I mean, it's still gonna ding up the edges and stuff. But
Yeah.
Why you gotta get an OtterBox?
oh gosh, don't even.
Yeah.
But the same guy, MKBHD, Marquise Brownlee, he devised a new test to test phone screens, where it was actually just he went out and got cardboard, this like crazy grade cardboard, and scraped it all over both screens, the old and the new one, and it still destroyed the Sapphire screen, but a lot less. But he thinks that's the way that it's going to be from now on.
Well, face it, like, they're not going to make something that is 100% scratch resistant unless it's made out of pure diamond or something.
I want that. I'll pay for that.
It'll only be like $6,000.
I don't know. Sapphire is pretty close. Like, I feel like my phone screen at this point, like the Gorilla Glass, like it's pretty hard to scratch unless you're like really trying. Like, sand is pretty much it. But Sapphire, like, you almost have to be intentionally trying to scratch it with sandpaper to really do anything.
And I don't understand this whole like the key tests either, because who puts their phone in their pocket with their keys? That's insane.
I'm sure a lot of people do. I keep my keys and my phone separate in separate pockets.
It's usually an accident when it happens to me, but that's.
But don't you notice it like right away? Like you can even hear it. It's just like clink.
Pretty quickly, yeah.
I mean, who puts their MacBook Pro in their backpack with their keys, though?
Hey. That wasn't the same thing, okay? There were no keys attached. I took the carabiner off of my keys, put it in my bag.
Did you scratch your MacBook up?
I scratched it a little bit. A little bit.
It's made of sapphire.
It's not made of sapphire, no. It just completely scratched through the... It actually like scratched and it made a black mark, so I don't know what that was all about. But whatever. I sold that thing, it's alright.
Since we're on the topic of Apple, how about them new iPhones?
Yeah, well, I guess September 9th is what they think now. And, I don't know. It's supposed to be 2 different sizes.
Honestly, I think like this is a good move for Apple. They finally stepped out of their comfort zone, going with the bigger screens. And I think it's going to, like, hurt a lot of people that switched over to Android because of the bigger screen. It's going to convert them back over to iOS.
I think they got more of a they didn't step out into this, they like got pushed out into it. They really had nowhere to go. Like you can't if they release another 4-inch phone, I think their sales would have plummeted. I don't think it would have been cuz like what are you going to offer as a new phone? Like, "Oh, look. Here's a 13 megapixel camera."
Now, I haven't read much about the new iPhone, but is it supposed to have like any new features like NFC, wireless charging, anything?
I'm highly they have not released anything like that, and I highly doubt they would ever go that route until it was way bigger. Like I don't think they'll go wireless charging or NFC. But I mean I could be wrong, and I haven't read the latest rumors about any of that kind of stuff. But
I think wireless charging, at least to me, is essential. Like I love wireless charging; it's the greatest thing. So
it's essential.
Well, not essential. Like you don't have to have it, but once you do have it, it's one of those things you're like, this is really convenient, and I really like this. You wouldn't want a phone that doesn't have wireless charging.
I mean, it's more of a wow factor to me, but I never really used it with my Nexus 4, so I can't really say.
I wirelessly charge on a daily basis. Like I use it every night when I go to bed. So if I ever wake up in the middle of the night and want to use my phone, I just grab it. You don't have to worry about like whipping the plug out or whatever. It's just convenient.
It's not as cool as I thought it was going to be when I had my Nexus 5. Like I bought like 4 wireless chargers so I could have wireless charging everywhere I went. But the most annoying thing was, as you know, the Nexus 5 doesn't have a very good battery life. And so if I wanted to use my phone, I would have to unplug it from a wireless charger, plug it in my phone, and then use it like that. Because there's very several times where I'm not going to be picking up my phone frequently, which is why I kind of want a smartwatch again, so I won't do that as often. But it kind of makes it kind of dumb to have a wireless charger everywhere, because there's times where you would rather have your phone charging and in your hand.
That's true, and I have ran into that issue.
But since we talked about Android and Apple, might as well talk about Microsoft, because they have 1% of the user base now still. Wait, I think it's actually at 2. I don't know. I'm not going to say numbers that I don't know, but I know it's not very much. But I seriously think that if Windows 2 years ago would have released the stuff that they have now, they would actually be a pretty decent contender. Because Windows 8.1, I've used it recently, and it's actually pretty sweet. And like they have the notification shade now with 8.1. They have Cortana, an actual voice assistant that's really good. You can slightly kind of have a background now. They have a whole bunch of like live lock screen, cool stuff going on, and it's pretty sweet, honestly. And
Speaking of,
good contender.
there's a lot of Windows product placement in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
In the what?
In Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, like the new movie.
Is it like Spider-Man with Bing?
Yeah, kind of. But in Spider-Man 2, he did use Google because so many people complained about it.
This is unrealistic.
Basically. But yeah, in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, everyone has Windows phones, and then they use Windows like laptops, like, and then they always have the whatever. It used to be Metro, but whatever it's called, it's blatantly obvious.
Indeed. Yeah, Windows Phone. I think people should actually check it out. At least like if you're a first-time smartphone user, it's actually pretty decent, and you can pick up a Lumia 520 for $40 today, right now, which is like that's crazy, and it's a pretty decent smartphone. It has all the features that you'd want except for the apps. So there's that as a downside.
I have not kept up with Windows at all, so I really don't have anything to say about it. I've seen Cortana, but that's about it.
Yeah. I mean, Cortana is cool. It's like, I think it's beyond Siri, and I think it's more on par with Google now, because there's so much that Siri is strong in some aspects, but they're kind of like two different products just because of that. Like, there's some things that Cortana can't do, but there's some things that Siri can do, but it's more of like you can just talk to it and tell it what you want to do, and it's going to understand you. Where you talk to Siri, and she's like, what? Let me Google that for you.
The thing I like about Siri is she has a personality, like you can actually talk to it.
What did you say with Siri?
Google doesn't do that.
Eh.
Like you can say,
I don't need those jokes in there.
Say, Siri, tell me a joke, and she'll tell you a joke.
That is sweet. That's what I need in my smartphone. But this is kind of Windowsy. Not really Windowsy, but more of just computer-y. Reversible USB cables. So if you're familiar with the Lightning cable, which is like one of the coolest things that came out with the iPhone 5, basically you see all those images on Facebook where people post like, oh, I can never get my USB plug the first time. It's basically going to remove that, at least for the part that goes into your phone or your other products. It's just like,
it
either
usually
way.
takes 3 tries. 3 tries to get the USB plug in.
Yeah, sometimes 4, which is just sad.
But yeah, it's called USB Type-C, and it's actually not only supposed to replace phone charging and phone, it's actually supposed to replace computer USB as well. So it's gonna be on both sides.
That's adorable. But is it backwards compatible with USB 2.0 and 3.0?
Not with micro USB. So you couldn't use a USB Type-C cable in your current phone. But starting, hopefully, once it becomes a standard. It's not a standard yet, but once it does, phones, all phones will have it, basically.
And there's rumors, I think, that the 6... No, wait, hold on. I always get them, the S6, the Galaxy S6 is going to use a new standard.
I'm sure it is. The Galaxy S6 probably, it's going to come out next summer, I think.
Yeah. And they just released that metal Samsung phone, which is pretty cool.
I saw that. But yeah, it's
Alpha.
I think it's the USB Type-C is able to deliver like 100 megabits of data per second.
So much gigabits.
So it's really fast. It's fast for data transfer. It's also supposed to deliver tons of power. You can power things with it.
You can power things with it. Somebody just asked, why do you think Apple featured Robin Williams when he died and not Maya Angelou? I don't know, because they also they had Mandela, right?
With
And I can see more of Robin Williams. I don't know why more over Maya Angelou, but I think with Robin Williams, he embodies that whole. It's almost like the Crazy Ones ad, he just did what he wanted, and he was just all crazy and was just a good person and tried to be good. And so that is
a lot of heart.
A lot of heart. I think Robin Williams would just more embody the image of what Apple is trying to stand as a company, more so, which could be completely wrong, and they should have done it. They should have. It's ridiculous. It was David who asked that. Thanks, David. But on a way, yeah. Well, Robin Williams, that's sad.
it is.
How sad.
He's made a lot of good movies, and what's your favorite Robin Williams?
Hook.
Hook's a good one.
Hook is a good one. I like what was it? Jumanji. I really liked.
Aladdin.
Yes. Oh, and
Outfire.
the Dead Poet Society. That's a good one.
I've never seen it.
I just watched that the other day. It was on TV, and I was just like, all right, I can dig this.
I liked him as the penguin in Happy Feet.
Yes. that was my favorite role. It really embodied.
I didn't say it was my favorite role. I'm just saying. Oh, what about Flubber?
Oh yes, that's where it's at.
When I was a kid, I wanted Flubber. It'd have been the coolest thing to own.
In elementary school, did you watch Flubber every other week? I feel like they put that on there just to shut up the kids all the time.
I don't remember watching it that much, but I do remember watching it a lot.
I feel like Flubber is elementary schools Remember the Titans in high school. Or whatever. That's completely off topic. Did you see the new Call of Duty trailer?
I did.
What, they're making another one?
Oh my gosh, it's insane. They just released a multiplayer trailer, and it looks so much like Titanfall that it's insane. It's like you're the Titan as a regular person. You're all boosting everywhere, and it looks insane.
I'm not gonna lie, I don't remember even what the last Call of Duty was called. Was that Ghost, or was there another one?
Yeah, it was Ghost.
Okay, this one's called, what is this one called?
Advanced Warfare. I think so.
I hope. I had Ghosts, but I
I
don't
did
know.
not play
It
Ghost.
seems. It seems like all the first-person shooters nowadays are just like all the same.
What? I think this is like this time period is when first-person shooters have been getting crazier and crazier. Like you have Destiny, Titanfall,
Destiny.
Battlefield's completely different, and Call of Duty.
Titanfall, like I played the beta on Titanfall. It was small, but since it doesn't have a campaign, it kind of is lame.
It has a campaign. It's just a multiplayer campaign.
Yeah, dude.
And then Battlefield 4, like I played the beta for that. That was alright. Destiny, like I've completely disregarded Destiny because they are not launching it on PC, which is dumb as heck.
What?
What?
Well, they're not launching it on PC.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They're like coming out with it on PC like months later after the game comes out.
It's awesome. It's an awesome game. I had a lot of fun.
I mean, I'm sure it's good and everything, but they're basically like telling PC gamers to GTFO.
No, they're not. They're doing the same thing Grand Theft Auto did.
Yeah.
Yeah, and no one plays Grand Theft Auto on PC because it came out a long time ago.
That's because I don't even think it's out yet.
Yeah, exactly. No one's gonna buy it because
Dude,
it came out a long time
They
ago.
release it on what's going to make them the most money first. There's not a huge amount of people who play PC games. Like it's growing, but it's still like all the money is in console gaming.
Don't they develop these games on PC though? I would think it'd be easier instead of like porting it over.
It would be easier, but that's not where the market is.
What's that game coming out that's exclusive to the Xbox One that a lot of people are like mad about?
Tomb Raider.
No, it's not exclusive. It's
The
not
new
exclusive.
Tomb Raider is.
Oh, no, it's not. It's like a time delay.
Oh.
Xbox has it first. Oh.
People are pissed off.
Like,
Yeah, because they're misinformed.
the first Tomb Raider I have on PC. It is an amazing game.
Pretty
So
I think I had the first three. Actually, I might have them right here somewhere.
we're not talking about the old crappy ones.
Oh, you're no fun.
We're talking about the new awesome one.
With their like pointy like pixel boobs.
Did you ever see that picture on the internet? It was like comparing the original Lara Croft with the new Lara Croft.
I
And
did.
someone commented, and they were like, 2014, we did it.
I like the new trailer for the new one is like it looks pretty awesome actually. But I mean it's not gameplay, but it seems like it's gonna be cool. She's actually breaking into like being Lara Croft and
Kyle, did you play Tomb Raider?
yeah.
Did you beat it?
No. I got it on my MacBook and then I sold my MacBook and it didn't do the cloud saving stuff, so it just lost all my data.
It's just,
So
like, I couldn't stop playing it. Like, I just played it. I mean, I split it up over a couple of days, but, like, I played it for hours at a time. It was just, the story was really good.
So I'm not sure on the order here, but I think this is the first one. Then
Why
the
do you have
second one. I don't. I found it the other day. It was just like laying downstairs by an old computer.
I remember playing, like, the original Tomb Raider on PlayStation at Target when I was a kid.
It was a
The
good time.
old PC ones.
Not the PC ones, no. Like, you
Yeah.
remember going to, like, Walmart and standing behind someone for, like, 10 minutes to play the demo game?
Oh yeah. But I thought they came out on PC
I
first.
never
Really
remember
dumb.
waiting for people,
I don't
but...
know.
And there's
I
some,
don't know. Man. I was like 5.
there's some really cool mods for Tomb Raider 2, if you know what I'm saying.
Oh, gosh. I don't want to know where this conversation's going. Dude, Norman Reedus and director, the Del Toro guy, are working on the new Silent Hill. It's gonna be like Norman Reedus in Silent Hill. And the guy who makes Metal Gear Solid is gonna be like doing the whole directing of the game. It's gonna be crazy.
It's Guillermo del Toro.
Yes.
He directed Pacific Rim,
Which was an awesome movie.
and he directed Pan's Labyrinth.
Which was pretty. Never saw it.
I never saw it either.
I was like, I'm gonna lie about this. No, I'm not. So, we have some science to talk about. Justin really wants to talk about Ebola.
Yeah, okay. So everyone's scared, like, that Ebola is going to kill everyone. It's not, so just get over it.
That is seriously why you wanted to talk about it? I thought you were gonna have like something intelligent to say. You were like, we need to talk about Ebola.
I'm basically saying, people are scared that, like, it's going to spread, like, and everyone's going to die. Because there isn't a cure for Ebola. You get it, you're kind of not going to be good.
60% mortality rate. That's all.
50 to 80%? Is that what you said?
I like those odds.
I mean,
But in case you didn't know, Ebola requires blood transfer for it to happen. So just don't exchange blood with someone that has Ebola.
That's my favorite pastime, though.
Now it can be weaponized put into the air.
So,
But
I'm gonna stop you right here because this Ebola talk is making me snore. You have nothing to say.
look,
Devin.
I'm just
No, you're done. You're done. No Ebola talk for you.
okay.
Devin.
Devin I.
okay, not me.
Devin, I'm Devin.
Talk about how that went down. How was that? Like, what was how did the objectives work? How was the gameplay different than something like Call of Duty?
Oh, Destiny?
Yeah.
It was pretty sweet. Basically, you start out and it's just like any other like Halo storyline. You know, you have all these objectives and stuff, but as you go through, you get like random loot, and there's like not really random bosses so much, but there's random events and stuff that happen. Like one time, I was just walking through this like higher level area. I was like level 4 or something. And I was trying to do like a level 6 quest, and like all of a sudden this like crazy like UFO thing came swooping down out of the air and just like flew over my head and like went over to this other area, and then like each area there's like 4 people that can be there with you. So like 2 of us just like ran over there and just like it was like this mini boss fight, and like you had to protect this like UFO thing. So you're like Ghost, which is like your little like sidekick companion thing. Looks kind of like the what was
Peter
that thing
Dinklage?
called? The what?
Peter Dinklage? Isn't he?
It looks like what was that floating eyeball thing in Halo? It kind of reminds me of that, but basically you have to protect that while it like downloads all the information off of it, and there's like waves of enemies and stuff. It's pretty cool. Like I had a lot of fun playing it.
It sounds awesome. It sounds like completely different than anything anyone else is really doing with first-person shooters or like an MMO. That sounds pretty sweet. But I'm pretty sure Ghost is Peter Dinklage voicing it.
Probably.
Yeah, and he's like, that wizard's from the moon. That's
I
like,
didn't actually get to do that particular, like the one event they did that was like, if you do this, you're gonna have like special stuff throughout the rest of the games, because I was at work, so I was kind of disappointed in that. But
that sucks.
yeah, it was like one mission or whatever, and then like instead of having like everyone be split up like by different levels, everyone was just kind of heaped up into the PvP, and it was like I think it was like probably 8 on 8 or something, and you get to keep like what gear you have in the game and like what like class you're in the game, and so like everyone has different weapons they're using against each other, and like you can carry 3 different types of weapons, and you have to get ammo for each particular one. You have like the common ammo, which is like your regular gun, and then like the special ammo, which is like Like for me, it was a sniper rifle, and then like your heavy weapon, which was like for me it was a rocket launcher, which is really cool. So like depending on where you go and get these like ammo drops, kind of like weapon drops in Call of Duty, you get to use the different weapons that you have in the actual game.
That sounds pretty sweet.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. I'm definitely gonna pre-order it.
On the topic of gaming, real quick, how do you guys feel about alpha gaming becoming a lot bigger for PC games, where developers don't finish or they're not finished making the game, and they allow you to buy in to play the game while it's an alpha? How do you feel about that?
I feel like a lot of people are gonna take advantage of it.
Wait, hold on. David actually has another question about Destiny. He was wondering about the mini quest online multiplayer. How do you get into a mini quest? The lobby and quick matchmaking. How does that all work? Like, how did you get into your 8-on-8?
You actually, once you get to a certain level and get past a certain quest, you actually fly to that planet. Like you have spaceships and stuff like that, and like from what I understood, like they didn't get too far in depth with it, but I'm guessing based on like what type of spacecraft you have depends on like how far out you can go to like different leveled planets and like different special areas and stuff. Like in the game, they had where you could buy other spaceships, but it didn't do anything for you. But basically, yeah, it was like the loading screen was you flying to another planet to take on whatever you were doing.
Okay.
Like you fly to different planets, and then they have different zones. Like the PvP planet had like basic team deathmatch, then like search and destroy, you know, like and capture the flag, that kind of stuff.
So you're not just walking around and then all of a sudden it happens. You
Oh.
actually choose to join these.
Like a PvP, or yeah, you have to do that.
Okay.
But you are like when you're questing, like out in the wilderness or whatever, it actually randomizes people that you're with. So you know there might be like a level 8, you know, over there doing the level 8 quests, and then you're like a level 3 doing those quests over here. So it's like, you know, there's other higher level people there with you, but they, as far as I know, you couldn't attack them or anything like that. Maybe there's like a flag you can turn on to where you can PvP out in the wilderness and stuff, but as far as I know, you can do that.
Gotcha. And it's still was that release? Was that beta or was that alpha?
That was beta.
Okay.
Next release is going to be the game on September 9th.
Oh shoot, that's close.
Yeah.
They're competing with the new iPhone. What are they doing? Come on.
Winning.
So yeah, back to the other topic. Alpha gaming. I think people are and probably already have decided to take advantage of it. I'm thinking that kind of H1Z1 is kind of taking advantage of it.
I mean, that's the big studio. That's Sony doing that.
It's Sony, but they keep pushing back when they say they're going to release this thing, and it's going to be a free-to-play game, and to get into the alpha you have to pay $20. This seems kind of silly. And then the fact that they've, like, I don't know, they just keep, I think really they just told everyone what they were doing way too soon. Got people way too pumped about it way too soon, did all these live streams of what they had been doing, and then now it's kind of just like crickets. And they just had Sony Entertainment Sony Online Entertainment, this huge conference for Sony, and then we're not going to release any information about H1Z.
Like, here's the problem I see with it. It's like, pay for the game, you get to play it, yeah, it's unfinished, but I think since there's not a set release date and you'll have different people joining at different times, like, I think the hype is like, it dies down. Because say if you buy into an alpha and you play it for a while and you get burned out, by the time the game's actually released, you're like, I already played that, I don't really want to play it anymore, you know?
Honestly, I can understand that because that's how I kind of feel about DayZ right now. It's kind of bored.
Yeah, and I think that's mainly due to, alphas obviously are also, they're very new, so you don't know how things are going to go, but I feel like the way I feel about them right now is you get into a game early, and it's such a slow process to get all the mechanics working that you're really pumped about it at first, and you're like, oh, this is fun, and then you realize, oh no, it's not. The game's not complete. Then they release something new, and you're like, oh, this is going to make it actually fun. And it's fun at first, and then, oh yeah, this game isn't fun because it's not finished yet. And it just keeps going down that cycle, and it just like draws you from playing it. There's so many people who just go like, oh, I'll play DayZ today. And months later, oh, I guess I'll play DayZ today.
Another thing that bothers me is like open betas. Like used to back in the day, you could beta test something, you'd have to sign up for it. Then you might get invited to beta test. You were a very small group. You would play it, find bugs, submit the bugs, whatever. Open betas, you know, anybody can do it. It's not special anymore. Plus, how many people that are participating in these open betas, like, how many people are actually looking for bugs? They're just playing. An open beta is just a hype train. That's all it is.
I think open beta is also, though, they're to load test the servers.
Yeah.
But
I think that's the biggest thing.
They should not call it an open beta. They should call it a
No
server
one
test.
would get on a server test. No one would care. You call it open beta, and people are like, "Oh, sweet, I get to play this early for free."
Yeah, I know, but that's the thing. It's a hype train. They do it to hype their game up. Like it has nothing to do with.
What's wrong with that? What's wrong with that?
Yeah, free advertising. I think it's good. I think what's wrong is whenever you used to beta test, you used to have to like fill out a form. And you used to have like give a reason why you were going to be open beta testing and like how old you were, what your job was, like why you wanted to, and all this stuff.
I like it that way because if you get selected, like it'd make you feel like, man, I got to beta test this game and no one else did.
No, I agree. I agree that I think you should still have to go through that process, but at the same time, I would like completely lie, and I'd be like, yeah, I'm gonna bug test the crap out of this, and then I would never send any bugs.
Well, that's true, but at least you got selected. Like
you just want to feel good about yourself, like they like me. I can beta test this. Thank you.
That's what alpha testing's for, really. I mean, they don't really have open alphas; they have open betas.
Yeah.
Like Titanfall, I got in the alpha test, then I got in the beta test before it was an open beta test. It was only open beta test for like 3 days or something. That's how Destiny was. Destiny was a closed beta for a while, and then they opened it up to everyone for like a few days.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not just everyone gets to play right away.
I have a policy that if I sign up for a beta and I don't get selected, I don't buy the game.
What?
But okay,
That's actually another good thing about open beta. You can play the game and decide if you like it before you buy it.
That's,
Yeah.
See, I signed up to beta test Elder Scrolls Online. They never.
I got in on that.
And so that's why Elder Scrolls Online is doing terribly right now. So.
because of you.
Because Justin Crimmins doesn't have the game.
No, I'm just
Yeah,
saying
it's
that
not cool.
it's not doing very good right now.
I beta tested the crap out of it. I didn't buy it.
Yeah. I was really pumped about it, but then I don't know. I heard bad stuff about it, and I'm like, I'm not gonna.
I just already told you bad stuff about it.
Yeah, you did, and then it was just like it was a negative train of hate towards it.
Well, there's just too many freaking. It wasn't worth the $15 a month plus buying the game.
So the Forest, that's an alpha, right?
Yeah, it's an alpha. It's in super alpha.
Yeah. And how much is it? $15?
Yeah.
They said you're gonna have all these. I mean, it's in alpha, and you should know that. But like they had all these features that they said you were gonna have, and then they had like a game. Like you can't even really basically play the game because you couldn't save, right?
Yeah, you can't save.
What? That's like play this forever. Never. It's back to those old days whenever you couldn't save in like your Super Nintendo, so you had to leave it on all day. Like.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you remember? You guys remember called The Secret World?
Yeah, that's a free-to-play game now, right?
It was supposed to be like this huge MMO, and then it failed really bad.
They just need to not call it an MMO, and then maybe it won't fail.
I don't know. It seems like every MMO that comes out fails. I don't know why. Even like World of Warcraft is, number one or whatever, but even it's losing subscribers.
I think it's pay to play.
What?
No one wants to pay to play.
I think that's true. I think like nowadays no one has time. Like if you play an MMO, you have to dedicate a large chunk of your time to it. And with jobs and school and whatever else people do, just no time.
Word. So, do we really want to talk about Expendables 3 leaking out? Is that big?
Well, Expendables 3 leaked out onto the internet. And they say that it's going to hurt the sales of the movie, like, really bad, like, as everyone downloaded it.
No, it won't.
I think it's just going to lose sales because it's Expendables 3.
Those movies do good, and it's going to do just as good as it would have.
Well, some people think it's a conspiracy. They say that they leaked it out online on purpose because if the movie fails and it bombs, they can just blame it on that.
That sounds dumb. They're already getting together and making an Expendables with old female action stars.
Yeah, it's called Expendabellas, I believe.
Oh my gosh.
Or Expendabells or something like that.
Oh man. On that note. Yeah, I guess. Do you guys have anything else you want to talk about?
Oh,
Shark Week?
Shark Week. Basically, scientists hate Shark Week because it's full of a bunch of lies and it's not getting backed by a bunch of scientists. But it's doing the best it's ever done because it's full of all these lies. The end.
Yeah, people like Shark Week, but it's like a bunch of false stuff.
So, why do we have two Devin Tamkes in here now? Okay.
Do we really?
Yeah. It's awesome.
And it's like different streams.
So, I just want to say thank you, everyone. It's been fun. These guys are good guys. Technology Refresh as a blog is still going to continue. As anything like this, it is done for. It's dead in the water. Dead in the water. But yeah, thanks for all the support, the love, and the hate.
Yeah, all those hate.
and the neighbor.
I hate it so bad.
Yeah, it was fun doing this stuff, but it's hard to find time for us all to get on and keep up with all the things going on. It's just a lot to do with work and school.
Indeed. And we're slaves. We're slaves to the audience. We don't make no money off this. We ain't got no advertising. I put money into this.
I try to help out.
Yeah, we all put time and money and effort, but it is time to draw the curtain. This is me wiping a tear away. No, I just had an itch. You know what? Let's all just say goodbye. This is Kyle signing out for the last time.
This is Justin. Bye, guys.
I'm Devin. I like to say see you later, but fortunately, probably not.
I'm Devin. Deuces.
Bye, guys. Thanks for everything.